I'm Chip Eston, and I'm here because I'm an actor and a motorcyclist. And yes, you guessed it, this is a message video. So, listen up. First of all, there's a lot of good reasons not to ride. If you're tired or stressed out or taking medications that make you drowsy or other drugs, or if you've been drinking. You're impaired with even one drink. The question is, how much impairment are you willing to accept? Alcohol and bikes. They don't mix. There is no quicker way for you and your bike to be separated. Maybe permanently separated. Alcohol is involved in nearly half of the accidents that kill motorcyclists. So, what is this stuff causing all this grief? People talk about getting high, but that's really backwards because alcohol is a depressant.
It slows down your bodily functions.
Especially your ability to think and your ability to think. I don't know about you, but I don't want to lose my self-control while tooling down the road between two huge semis! Come to think of it, nobody in their right mind would, so who are these people getting into all this trouble? The answer is anyone who falls into the trap of drinking and trusting their own judgment. Because that is the most damaging effect of alcohol. Your judgment is impaired almost immediately. The next thing you know, you start to think you can do things that you really can't. Would you get on a plane if you saw the pilot having a few drinks in the lounge first? I don't think so. Would you let them wheel you into the operating room if the surgeon was wasted? Me neither. So, is riding a motorcycle any less serious? You know the answer to that. But you've probably heard people make excuses like, it might affect somebody else, but I can handle my liquor. Or, dude, it's only beer. Pop quiz, multiple choice. A glass of wine, a beer, or a mixed drink? Can you tell me which contains more alcohol? Begin now. Time's up. If you said the mixed drink, you'd be wrong. Of course, if you said the wine or the beer, you'd be wrong too, because they all contain the same amount of alcohol, and the only thing that gets alcohol out of your system is time. It takes your body at least 1 hour to break down each drink. And the only thing that eating does is to slow down the initial rate of absorption. That's just like putting the blindfold on more slowly. Big deal. Good. Sooner or later, the alcohol is going to enter your bloodstream. In fact, that's how law enforcement knows how much you've had to drink. They can measure it in your blood, your breath, or your urine. It's called blood alcohol concentration, or BAC. If you're an adult, a BAC of 0.10 or 0.08 in many states is over the legal limit when operating a car or bike. If you're under 21, the BAC limit in most states is 0. In addition to messing up your reflexes, your coordination, and your balance, alcohol and some drugs also impair your vision. For instance, your ability to see what's happening in the distance, to see what's at the sides, and to focus between the instrument cluster and what's up ahead in the road. After sunset, it gets even more exciting. 2 or 3 drinks will reduce your night vision by about 1/3. And it's harder for your eyes to recover after getting blasted by oncoming headlights. If you're using prescription or over-the-counter drugs, any of these effects can occur with as little as 1 drink in your system. As if trashing your body's ability to cope wasn't enough, how about trashing your wallet? If you're lucky enough to be stopped before you hurt yourself, you'll find that riding impaired is like an unplanned visit from the IRS. And half the states, fines are mandatory. We're talking anywhere from $150 to $1,500. And of course, there's lawyers to feed to the tune of thousands, and your insurance rates will probably go up about 80%. Need an ambulance? That's another couple $100. Probably worth it, though. Towing and impounding charges, they can run a pretty penny. And the drug and alcohol education programs. Hope you've been saving up the tuition for that one. Are we having fun yet? Wait, there's more. We're talking about having to come up with bus fare in states where license suspension is mandatory. Just think, 2 weeks to 1 year of public transportation awaits you. Except in those states where jail time is mandatory. Then we're talking the humiliation of a DUI on your record. A strip search. They're not pleasant. And then finally, a couple of days going nowhere. But big deal, right? I mean, who cares about losing a couple days of work? I mean, your bike's going to be towed and impounded anyway. Where would you go? So, what do you do when you're in a party mood? Just remember one of the major safety features on every motorcycle. The ignition key. All you have to do is leave it off. In other words, just leave your bike parked where it is and find some other way of getting there. Take a cab or a bus or get a ride from a friend who won't be drinking. A little bit of planning ahead is worth a lot more than a whole lot of regretting later. Okay. Let's say you ride your bike somewhere and you decide to go bird watching. So you're looking up and somebody comes along and pours all this beer down your throat. Happened to me. Now what are you going to do? People tell you to drink a lot of water. Or have some coffee. Or breathe fresh air. Not to mention that old standby of a cold shower. That way you will be a wide-eyed, hyperventilating wet person with a desperate need to pee. However, it will have no effect on the alcohol, which your system will continue to process at 1 drink per hour. Period. So, either you wait for your body to do its thing, or you get a safe ride home. And that doesn't mean getting on the back of a motorcycle with somebody else who's impaired. Okay, I can hear you thinking, I know better than to ride when I'm not 100% on top of it. And you probably do. But what about your friend? The one who just had one for the road and is now walking toward his bike, on his way to becoming a statistic. What are you going to do about him? I don't think you should get on that. Why not? Because you've had a few drinks, and I don't think it's a good idea. Well, who asked you? This would have been a lot easier when he was sober. They could have stopped serving him earlier in there. Are you going to get out of my way or what? You could try stalling for time. Hey, want to play a game? Oh, cards. No, thanks. Or you could try reminding your friend of the risks. Care to check out these statistics? No. Can I call you a cab? I don't need a cab. I got my bike. Sometimes it's nice when you have friends that can help. Whatever you do, if you don't succeed in keeping your drinking friend from getting on that bike, it might be best to just take the keys. He might not be a happy camper now, but at least he'll be around to thank you later. There are few things in life more fun than riding a motorcycle. And there are few things in life less fun than being separated from your wheels. So, to stay healthy and wealthy and rolling around on 2 wheels, think twice about alcohol or anything else that's going to compromise your abilities. Ride straight. Arrive alive.